Have you ever felt, completely stuck? Like your talents just hit a ceiling, your abilities were sort of set in stone?
Oh, definitely. Or facing something so big you just think, nope, can't even start that.
Exactly. And we throw around the word mindset a lot, right? But what if the real key, the thing that could make you genuinely unstoppable, isn't just thinking positively? What if it's deeper, like a fundamental shift in what you actually believe about yourself?
That's the core of it.
So today, we're doing a deep dive into Dr. Carol Dweck's really revolutionary work, her book, Mindset.
It's groundbreaking stuff.
Yeah. And we're not just going to define fixed versus growth mindsets. We want to explore how these beliefs, often deep down and unnoticed, kind of silently steer every choice, every reaction.
Can shape your whole life, really.
Totally. We want to uncover that mindset that you see in champions and innovators and people who seem truly fulfilled.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Dr. Dweck's big discovery, right, is that we basically run on one of two belief systems, like an operating system for our lives.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
And they're not just fleeting thoughts, are they?
No, not at all. They actually shape our actions, how we make decisions, maybe even our personalities. So what did she find? What are these two frameworks?
Well, it's fascinating because they act like filters for how we interpret, well, almost everything. So first up, you've got the fixed mindset.
Okay.
This is that deep down belief that your basic qualities, like how smart you are, your artistic talent, maybe your personality, are just carved in stone.
Innate. You either have it or you don't.
Exactly. You're born with it, and that's that. So if you're operating from this mindset, there's this constant underlying need to prove you have that ability.
Ah, the pressure.
Huge pressure.
Yeah.
So failure, it's not just a setback. It feels like a direct hit, like it reveals you're inadequate.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's deeply intimidating, which means people tend to avoid challenges unless they're pretty sure they'll succeed.
Right. Why risk looking bad?
Precisely. And effort. In this view, effort is almost suspicious. It's seen as something only people who lack the natural talent need. Ability alone should be enough. So every situation becomes a kind of test. It's always, will I succeed or fail? Look smart or dumb, be accepted or rejected.
Gosh, that sounds exhausting. And I think we can all relate to that voice sometimes. Like
Yeah.
the classic example, right? The student who hits a tough math problem and just shuts down thinking.
It's not a math person.
Exactly. But the key isn't their actual math ability. It's that underlying belief that their capacity for math is fixed, right?
That's precisely it. It's the belief dictating the reaction.
So how does the growth mindset flip that script?
Okay, so contrast that with the growth mindset. This is the belief that your abilities, your qualities, they can be developed, cultivated through effort, through dedication, through hard work.
So it's not fixed.
Not at all. Growth comes directly from tackling challenges, making mistakes, and actually learning from them.
Oh.
So for someone with this mindset, failure isn't about their identity. It's not a final verdict on their worth.
It's just data, information.
Pretty much. It's a stepping stone, a problem to figure out, deal with, and learn from fundamentally. Effort isn't a sign of weakness here.
It's the engine.
It's the engine. It's the way you improve your abilities. It makes success more likely. Challenges aren't threats. They're actually seen as opportunities to grow, to learn. You thrive when you're stretching yourself.
You sick them out almost.
Yeah, there's a real passion for learning that comes with it. And perseverance, especially when things get tough. So that same student, the one struggling with math,
Yeah.
with a growth mindset, they'll ask for help, try different strategies. They see that difficult problem as a chance to literally make their brain stronger. They know those neural connections are forming as they wrestle with it.
That's a powerful reframe. And what's really interesting about Dweck's own story is that this wasn't just academic observation for her, was it? It was personal. A kind of me search, she called it.
Very much so, yeah. Her journey was deeply personal. She started by watching kids, seeing how they coped with failure. And through that, she recognized her own fixed mindset tendencies, especially because she'd been labeled smart as a kid.
The smart label trap.
Exactly. It wasn't about whether she was smart, but the idea she held about intelligence shaped her behavior. It made her shy away from challenges where she might fail and, tarnish that image.
Wow. So that's the core insight then. The view you adopt for yourself really does profoundly affect how you live your life.
It sets the stage for everything.
Incredible. So, okay, we get the concepts, but what's actually happening, like biologically, scientifically, when we shift from fixed to growth.
Right. It is not just psychological fluff. Neuroscience backs this up strongly, especially with the concept of neuroplasticity.
Brain-changing shape, essentially.
Essentially, yes. Every time you really push yourself, grapple with something new, step outside that comfort zone, your brain isn't just thinking harder. It's physically forming new connections between neurons, synapses.
Building new pathways.
Literally building new, stronger pathways. Your brain becomes more efficient, more adaptable. It's biological proof that intelligence isn't fixed. It's dynamic. It grows with effort.
Okay, that's cool.
And what's even more telling is the brain activity Dweck's research showed. When people with a fixed mindset face errors, their brains show very little activity. It's like they disengage.
Shutting down.
Right. But growth mindset folks, their brains light up. They're on fire with yet, as Dweck puts it, actively processing the mistake, learning from it, forging those new connections.
Wow. On fire with, yeah, I like that. That difference in real-time brain activity is huge. And it leads right into this idea some schools adopted the not yet philosophy.
Yes. It's such a powerful shift.
It totally redefines failure, doesn't it? Instead of an F, it's a not yet.
Exactly. It implies you're on a learning curve, there's a path forward, it's not an endpoint.
Which makes you wonder, what about other common things we do, like praise? We're always told to praise kids, praise employees. But Dweck's research suggests maybe we're doing it wrong. That it's not just praising, but how we praise that matters.
This is probably one of the most counterintuitive but absolutely vital insights. Many of us, we praise intelligence. You're so smart. We think we're boosting confidence.
Yeah, seems logical.
But her research showed it can actually be one of the most damaging things for motivation. Paradoxically, it can lead to avoiding challenges, fearing failure.
Really? How so?
Well, in one key study, kids praised for effort, like, wow, you must have worked really hard on that, were way more likely, like 90% more likely, to choose a new, challenging task afterwards.
Compared to
kids praised for intelligence. You must be smart at this. Those kids often chose easier tasks next time to avoid risking their smart label.
Wow. Okay, so the focus should be on
process praise.
Yeah.
Acknowledging the process, not just effort, but also the strategies they use, their focus, their perseverance, their improvement. That's what builds real resilience and a genuine love of learning.
Makes sense. Think about it for yourself, right? When you were really trying something hard, what felt better? Someone just saying, oh, you're talented, or someone noticing the grind, the problem solving.
Exactly. The second one feels earned, and it makes you want to keep going, keep learning.
And this isn't just theory, right? This process focus actually leads to better results, like in school.
Oh, yeah, tangible results. There's a study with 7th graders, the ones specifically taught that intelligence can grow, that is malleable. They showed significant improvements in their math grades compared to a control group.
Just from learning about the mindset.
Primarily, yes.
Yeah.
And there was a huge study, the National Study of Learning Mindsets. Even a pretty brief intervention, like 50 minutes, teaching growth mindset concepts led to meaningful GPA increases for lower achieving students.
Wow.
And it also increased how many students took advanced math courses across all achievement levels.
So it helps everyone push themselves a bit more.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
And it ties into this idea of grit, that combination of passion and perseverance.
Angela Duckworth's work.
Right. A growth mindset fuels that grit. Studies show that folks, especially from tougher economic backgrounds, who have that mindset and are willing to push through difficulties, they just have a better shot at success.
Plus better engagement in school, better well-being.
Exactly. It has ripple effects.
So clearly the impact goes way beyond the classroom. This isn't just about grades. Where else do we see these mindsets playing out in the real world? Big transformations.
Oh, absolutely everywhere. Take education again, but outside traditional schools. Betty Edwards' drawing course, drawing on the right side of the brain.
I've heard of that. Amazing results.
Astonishing. People who walked in believing they had zero artistic talent were producing incredible self-portraits in just 5 days.
Ow!
She breaks drawing down into learnable skills, observation, edges, spaces. It proves drawing isn't some mystical fixed talent. It's learnable components you can master with structured effort.
Like any skill.
Like any skill. And great teachers, they embody this. They don't just judge talent. They believe students can learn, they find the gaps, they provide the roadmap, they foster growth.
Okay, what about in careers? Business.
Hugely impactful there, too. Think about Christopher Reeve after his accident.
Superman, yeah.
Doctors gave him a grim prognosis, but he refused to accept it was fixed. Through sheer, immense effort over years, he regained significant movement. That's a growth mindset against unbelievable odds.
Incredible determination.
Or look at NASA. When they pick astronauts, they actually look for people who've had significant failures and bounce back.
Really? Not people who've never failed.
Nope. They see overcoming failure as crucial training. Hard-won learning, not a disqualifier.
That makes sense. Failure teaches resilience.
Exactly. And in business, Lou Gerstner turning IBM around in the 90s.
Right, they were in deep trouble.
Huge trouble. He didn't just crunch numbers, he fundamentally changed the culture, fostered growth, broke down rigid hierarchies, changed incentives to reward teamwork and learning from mistakes, not just individual heroics.
And the results.
IBM stock grew 800% by 2002. It was a massive cultural shift rooted in growth principles.
Wow.
Even in something specific like, say, SEO search engine optimization. Businesses with a growth mindset see Google's constant algorithm changes not as a disaster, but as a chance to learn, adapt, find new strategies for long-term growth.
Well, the fixed mindset folks are still trying old tricks that don't work anymore.
Pretty much. They expect instant results from outdated hacks. And the research backs this up broadly. Something like 80% of executives agree a growth mindset directly helps revenue. 88% say it's crucial for organizational success.
More productivity, innovation, engagement.
All linked back to that core belief in growth and learning.
Okay, sports must be full of examples too.
Oh, absolutely. Think Muhammad Ali against Sonny Liston. Ali won with his mind, his strategy. Proving brilliance isn't just about raw physical power. It's developed, learned.
The psychological game.
Totally. Or Pete Sampras, down big in a Wimbledon final. He didn't just keep hitting harder. He consciously reflected on past comebacks, searched his mind for a frame of reference for how to turn it around. And he did. He won. That's a champion's growth mindset in action.
Rather than just giving up or getting angry.
Right. Which contrasts sharply with someone like, say, John McEnroe. Brilliant player, but often his fixed mindset led him to blame umpires, crowds, anything external when he lost, which makes it harder to learn from the loss itself.
Yeah, he can see the difference.
And then you have coaching legends like John Wooden at UCLA. His focus wasn't on winning championships, though they won plenty.
What was it then?
It was on full commitment games, on daily improvement. His whole philosophy was, become a little better each and every day. You will become a lot better. Pure growth mindset. Focusing on the process, not just the outcome.
That constant striving.
Exactly.
And even relationships, personal life. How does it play out there?
Profoundly. Think about getting hurt in love. For someone with a growth mindset, it's painful, sure, but it's also seen as an opportunity to learn about yourself, about relationships, to forgive and move on.
Versus
a fixed mindset where being rejected can feel like a judgment on your fundamental worth. It leads to feeling flawed, rejected, maybe even wanting revenge because you feel permanently labeled.
oof. Yeah.
And in the relationship itself, a growth mindset applies to, like, three things: you, your partner, and the relationship as a unit. The belief is that all three can grow and develop.
So problems aren't fatal flaws.
No, they're challenges to work through together, opportunities for deeper understanding. This consistently leads to more lasting, fulfilling connections, whereas a fixed mindset sees the relationship, the people, as static. Problems are signs of inherent flaws, and it can even foster competition instead of collaboration.
Wow. It really does touch everything. It's striking how pervasive this is. But, okay, it sounds incredibly powerful, but it's not magic, right? It's not a simple fix for everything.
No, absolutely not. And Dr. Dweck herself is really clear about this. First off, it's not about denying talent exists. Of course, some people have natural gifts.
Right.
But her point is that everyone, including the gifted, needs challenges. They need to learn to love the process of learning and growth, not just rely on their talent or avoid challenges to protect that smart image.
So talent needs nurturing through effort, too.
Definitely. And it's also not a miracle maker. A growth mindset supports learning, it fuels perseverance, but it doesn't replace actual effort, good strategies, or developing skills.
You can't just believe your way into the NBA.
Exactly. You need the mindset plus the talent plus the thousands of hours of practice. The mindset enables the work, it doesn't replace it.
Got it. And sometimes the way it's applied, it gets a bit complicated or maybe misapplied.
Yeah, that's happened too. Like the praise effort advice, it got really popular, but sometimes oversimplified.
How so?
Well, Dweck points out that just praising effort alone, especially if the results aren't actually good, can feel fake, inauthentic.
Right, like empty praise.
Yeah. The focus really needs to be on that process. Praise we talked about, acknowledging effort, yes, but also effective strategies.
Yeah.
Focus. bouncing back from mistakes, real improvement, it has to be genuine.
Okay, that makes sense. More specific.
And there are some interesting cultural wrinkles, too, like in some East Asian education systems, China. Korea studies have found that a growth mindset sometimes has a weak or even negative correlation with test scores like PISA.
Wait, negative? How could that be?
It's complex. It might be cultural differences in defining intelligence or effort, or maybe the intense pressure in those systems means everyone works incredibly hard, almost like a fixed belief that extreme effort is just required, regardless of talent. So the mindset measure doesn't capture the key difference there. It's still being studied.
Interesting. So context matters.
Hugely. And then there's the workplace gap. You see surveys where like 96% of executives say they foster a growth mindset, but only 45% of their employees agree. Big mismatch.
The belief behavior gap.
Exactly. Leaders have to actually model it, normalize learning from mistakes, create psychological safety. It's not just about saying the word.
Actions speak louder.
Definitely. And some critics also argue, fairly I think, that mindset research sometimes focuses too narrowly, like just on intelligence or academic scores.
Like Scott Barry Kaufman.
Yeah, people like him advocate for a broader idea, a personal growth mindset, focusing on holistic development, self-knowledge, realizing your creative potential across all areas of life, not just passing tests.
Expanding the definition of growth.
Right. It's an ongoing conversation, refining the nuances.
So it's powerful, but needs careful application and understanding. Okay, let's bring it back to the listener. For someone wanting to cultivate this, to start their own, unstoppable journey, what are the key practical steps? Where do you start?
The absolute key, the starting point, is your internal monologue, that voice inside your head.
Listening to yourself talk to yourself.
Exactly. You need to become aware of it. Catch that judging, fixed mindset voice when it pops up. I can't do this. I'm not good enough. What if I fail?
And
then you intentionally reframe it, actively challenge it. Instead of I can't, ask, okay, how can I improve? What's one small step I can take? What can I learn from this, even if it's hard?
Shifting the question.
Precisely. And you also have to actively embrace the hard stuff. Growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. It just doesn't.
Leaning into the challenge.
Yeah. See challenges as opportunities to expand your abilities, not as threats to who you think you are right now.
Easier said than done sometimes.
Oh, for sure. It takes practice.
I understand.
And that leads to the last point. Patience is crucial. This is not an overnight fix.
Right. It's not a sprint.
It's a marathon. Like that SEO example, good results take time, consistent effort. Personal growth is the same. It compounds. Value the consistent effort, the small steps, the incremental improvements. Don't expect instant transformation. Trust the process.
That's great advice. And it's important to remember, like you said, nobody has a pure growth mindset 100% of the time right now.
No way. Dweck emphasizes this. We all slip into fixed thinking, especially when we're stressed, or facing something really new and intimidating, or maybe in an area where we've struggled before.
So it's not about being perfect.
Not at all. The power isn't in achieving some perfect, permanent growth state. It's in the relentless pursuit of growth. It's about noticing when you slip into fixed thinking and consciously choosing to shift back.
Okay.
Every challenge, every mistake, every time you feel like saying, I can't, that's actually an invitation. An invitation to expand what you're capable of, to build those new neural pathways, to develop that unstoppable resilience.
So the provocative thought for you listening right now, what's your not yet today? What challenge is sitting there waiting for you to embrace it? Not as a test of what you already are, but as a genuine opportunity to become more. Maybe start small. Just observe that internal monologue today. Notice when you judge yourself or feel stuck.
Catch that thought.
Yeah, catch it and just try reframing it. Shift from, I can't possibly do that, to, okay, how could I start? What's the first step?
That subtle shift makes all the difference over time.
Because when you truly start to believe you can grow, when you commit to that ongoing process, you really will discover that you are, in fact, unstoppable.
It unlocks potential you didn't even know you had.
Go forth and grow.